This video is for using NZ Grapher for time series data. So this was not covered in my last NZ Grapher video, so we'll go through the steps here. Time series is a little bit different than our inference data or our bivariate data, and that is because it needs to be in a specific format. So we'll start using NZ Grapher, and just like in our other video, we will import the data. The easiest way to import the data is through the Data tab and importing from our clipboard. So what this means is that we need to have our data open. Now this can be open in Excel or in Google Sheets, or it could be just open as a viewable file in your browser. So the specific thing about time series data is that it has a time column. If it doesn't have a time column in the correct format, then it will not work. So what we need to do here is we have the time column, which has the year, M meaning month, and then 01. So that is the month of January, so month 1 of 1999. Now we're looking at the total marriages and civil unions in New Zealand in that time. So what we do is we just scroll down. Make sure you only grab the columns and rows that you want. Control C. Okay, or you can copy using the right click button. And when you come back to NZ Grapher, you can import from the clipboard. So remembering the clipboard is where all copied information from your computer is stored. It will, however, only import the last thing you copied. So make sure that is your data. Once you have that, you go down to your graph type here. Now your graph type, normally we deal with a box and whisker graph or a scatter graph. And we've also dealt with, or will deal with bootstrapping. But we need to scroll down until we get to time series. And you'll find the 4 time series graphs here. So time series will give you the trend graph. But you need to make sure you select the correct order of your variables first. So make sure you read this correctly. You must select a time series variable for variable 1. So that is your year month 01 or year quarter 1. Okay, so that means time must be the first one we select. Then we must select the numeric variable for variable 2. So then we end up with our graph here. And you can see the seasonal cycle across from 1999 up to 2018. Now, this doesn't give us everything we need. However, you need to make sure you have your long-term trend, which is your smooth trend line. We do not need the seasonal effect on the end, so let's unselect that. What you do also need, however, is the start and end points so that you can look to see if there's an increase or decrease in your trend over time. What you'll also need to then produce is when you go back here, it has all 4 of your graphs. So the second one we talk about is seasonal effects, and they automatically put on the years. These ones are all of the yearly colors. You'll learn about those in the other video, and making sure you've also got the average seasonal effects. Also included graph title, remembering that graph titles can make or break your investigations. Recomposition. You notice that we don't have to do anything with the data again. It just keeps using the same data. And the graph titles will also stay the same throughout all of your graphs. And then the last one being the forecast. Now, the forecast will give you the graph on the first page, and it will give you the output or reading if you tick the box down here. So that gives you the predictions and the minimum and maximal margins of error for the next 2 cycles. So making sure you click that and copy out the table as well.